ever since iOS 14 and all of this stuff that has been happening with Apple and Facebook and Google, it has been getting more challenging to run effective advertising campaigns. So strategies that worked 1 or 2 years ago, I can tell you just aren't working the same as they used to. And a lot of the impact that we've been able to have for our customers is really changing out the offer and the type of funnel that we were running, the types of offers that we were running, and figuring out a better strategy to run ads, because just changing out the ads or flipping out a different lead magnet or all of this stuff is not nearly as effective as it was when ad costs were lower, competition was down, and we had better algorithms and better tracking and better insight on everything that we were doing. So what I want to do for you in this video is break down what a high ticket funnel looks like. And I'm going to share with you exactly what that structure looks like, how we're using these in order to help businesses grow and acquire customers, how you can get one set up for yourself, and how you can evolve a funnel over time. Because I think if you are early into the online business world, you want to get started, you want to run successful advertising campaigns, you want to acquire customers with ads, having a high ticket offer is going to help a lot. It's not the only thing that you need. It's definitely not the only way to grow a business, but I think if you are just getting started and you're trying to run ads to grow your business, having a high ticket offer is really important. And being able to sell a high ticket offer through ads will really help you be able to acquire customers. And so let's talk about like, what is a high ticket funnel? How can you structure it? What kind of offers are working really well? We've got clients that are doing like $100,000 a month using a very, very simple funnel, but there's more going on in the background than probably what you actually see. So let's just go and break one down for you. I will share with you again exactly what it looks like, where we're getting traffic, how we're making this work, and kind of some of the important elements for you to understand about what you can do to get started with one of these, how you can evolve one of these over time, and all of that good stuff. So let's jump over to my computer and I'll show you what I mean right now. What I have on my screen here is a very simple drawing, but you will see this is really what it takes to run like a high ticket offer. This is pretty much like the MVP bare bones of what we're doing to actually get a high ticket offer converting with paid ads. Because if you're running a high ticket offer, so what I'm talking about is really anything that sells for like $3,000 plus. The funnel that we're using is actually super simple. It's usually got a couple of pages. The biggest thing is we've got like a landing page. We have a VSL, so a video sales letter that is usually 15 to 20 minutes long, maybe 30 minutes max. And then we're driving people to a book a call page where they can fill out a short application, book a call, and then that sends them to a confirmation page. They know they got their call, and then they go into a sequence that has like a show up sequence for us to get more people to actually show up to the call. And this is pretty much like the bare bones. And this actually works really well. The key here is making sure that you have a really good VSL. This is going to be pretty much the biggest thing that is going to determine how many sales calls you can book, what is your cost per call going to be. There's definitely optimization you can do on the landing page and book a call page to get more people to sign up and all that stuff, but it really comes down to how this VSL works. And I'm going to show you what all these pointing arrows are here, but this is kind of the bare bones of it. And we're selling 3 and 5K offers, running Facebook ads with something as simple as this on the front end, because these are the pages that we actually run ads to. We actually had a client they used to run a webinar funnel. So they had a webinar and they were selling a product for $1,000, $2,000, and they really just saw their sales pretty much die out after iOS 14. And so what we helped them do actually was transition over to one of these high ticket funnels where we wrote them a VSL, we set up this funnel, and now we're booking for them anywhere between like 15 to 20 calls a month, and they are selling their product for $3,000 over the phone. This works extremely well. The biggest indicator here of success that we are looking at right at the beginning is how many calls can we generate? Because that's what we want to figure out. A lot of what we're seeing people transition to after iOS 14 is people are moving to selling over the phone. It can be very effective. You can be a lot more nimble with your sales strategy. So, if there's a lot you have to get right if you're doing a webinar, webinars still work.
What a piece of junk.
She'll make 0.5 past light speed. She may not look like much, but she's got it where it counts, kid.
Absolutely. We've got clients that are running evergreen webinars, but you have to be really good at webinars. You have to really know your customer. You have to really nail your pitch. And the nice thing about these funnels is they can be pretty easy to set up from a technical perspective. Nailing that VSL is definitely the hardest part, but if you can get a really good VSL and you have a really good offer, you can start getting on the phone with prospects and you can start to actually have conversations with people you want to sell. And you will learn so much from those sales calls. You will learn so much if you are able to generate, if you can get a call a day every single week, and you can have, 20, 30 calls over the course of a month, you will learn a ton about who your customers are, who's a good fit, how you can adjust some of your messaging, all of that stuff. So this is really the bare bones of what these funnels look like. Now, what we have found to be extremely impactful for actually generating calls is really the follow-up that we have going afterwards. So where we're driving ads to this, by the way, super important that we have multiple sources of traffic. So we're running Facebook ads to these funnels. We're running YouTube ads to these funnels. We've got some Google search campaigns for these funnels. But also what's really important is having that organic strategy. I'll actually link a video up here where I talk about the importance of having organic content strategy with your marketing as well. But 100% across the board, we see that our clients that are doing organic content consistently convert more people and have higher sales than people who are just trying to run ads on their own. Why? I mean, people are smarter these days, right? So if you're trying to sell a 3 or a 5K offer, it's very unlikely, the vast majority of your people are not just going to pick up the phone and close with you because they saw an ad 2 days ago. A lot of people are going to do research, they're going to check you out online, they're going to follow you online for a long time. And so that's why we've got, our clients that are doing best have YouTube strategies, they have organic content, they're doing PR, they're doing joint ventures with other industry leaders, and so they're doing all of that, and everything is driving people to this main VSL that basically presents what is their main offer, what is the big promise that they have, how can they help people, what's the big opportunity, and then pushes them to jump on a call so they can talk with somebody on their sales team about what it is that they have to offer, if it's a good fit for them, and what their results could look like if they decide to move forward and sign up on these high ticket programs. This is the same type of funnel that we've seen work well for, again, like coaching programs, consulting programs, selling services, anything. But again, selling it over the phone is fantastic. Then I think something that is super important, what we have seen drives a lot of calls, is this email follow-up. So once someone signs up, we've just got a bunch of emails that we send out. So we have about a 30-day automated sequence at least that is just sending people emails to go back and watch the VSL so that we make sure they consume the content that they signed up for, so they know what our offer is, they know how we can help them, they know what the big opportunity is. We want to keep driving people back to that VSL because if they haven't watched it, once they do watch it, presumably they will understand the opportunity and they will probably book a call with us. And then outside of that, one thing that we have found that works again really well is we keep sending people bonus trainings and bonus information. We're looking at this like the exposure effect. So what we want is, presumably if someone has opted into our VSL from any of these traffic sources, either they found us online through organic, they found us through some joint ventures, they found us through some advertising we're running, presumably they're probably interested in something that we were doing. And so what we want to do is just keep adding value to them in ways that help them understand how we can help them, the kind of stuff that we do, the kind of training that we have. And so we really just keep sending these bonus trainings. And if you follow a lot of people, you will see that a lot of other people online do something very similar, right? Once you get on their email list, it's really just continuing to add value. And so what a lot of these pages look like, just for example, are super simple like this. So we duplicate this page over and over again. And what we do is we swap out whatever this video is in the middle, and we give them an extra free bonus 10, 15, 20, 30-minute training where we help them solve a problem. And then we just keep giving them the call to action of, hey, when you're ready, just go below here, schedule a time, talk with our team. We can help you achieve X, Y result. And this has worked really well. So again, once this funnel this MVP is like these first 4 pages. And then what we're doing is just going and duplicating what is basically this VSL page where we've got, again, a little headline, a video, a call to action button at the bottom. And then we just keep duplicating this and keep swapping this out with more added value trainings. And then what we're doing is we're following up with people via email, sending them back to the training. And we'll also run this as retargeting ads. So on Facebook, we'll keep just showing people who have opted in our extra bonus trainings. And all of this just keeps pointing people back to the book a call page where people can schedule a call If you go through this call funnel application, it gives you some questions so we can figure out who they are, screen people to make sure they're a good fit, figure out where they're at, and then they can schedule a call and talk with somebody on the team. I'm showing you examples from our funnel, but all of our clients are doing this exact same thing. So again, like I said, this is working really well for like high ticket offers and also services online. And so again, we keep following up with people. This money is really in the follow-up here because what we've seen through data, a lot of people will be on our list for 2, 3, 4 months before they will schedule a call and actually go through the sales process. And so we just want to keep up with people because there's definitely fast action people. We definitely see through the data a lot of people will sign up and close within like the first week, but they will either take action immediately or they're going to wait like 2, 3, 4 months and then they're going to take action after they've been following us around for a long time. And so this is pretty much like the bare bones of what we're doing to sell high ticket online through paid ads. And like I said, we've got clients that are doing anywhere from like 20 to 100K using pretty much this exact same model. So it's not super complicated. Actually, one of the benefits that I have found, I have been running ads for years. This is kind of simpler to put together than the old like evergreen webinar models that we used to run. Because again, you have to get a lot right to nail a webinar because, you get a webinar set up, you can run a couple hundred people through it, and then you have to figure out where people are falling off. Hopefully you can do some surveys, figure out what's going on, and then you go back and make some edits and try again. And it can take some work to really dial one in. But here what we're getting is we're running people to a much shorter presentation that's a lot easier to make. It's a lot easier to do a 15 or 20 minute VSL than it is to do a 1 hour, 90 minute evergreen webinar. And then we're getting to talk to a lot of people on the phone. So we're getting a lot of feedback very rapidly. And again, we're just kind of judging the success on how many calls can we get booked every single month so that we can keep getting good feedback and we can keep figuring out how to improve the results of what we're doing. Once you've got that set up, it really becomes about getting traffic from everywhere you can. So this is linked on your website. You're using any of your current audience, email lists, Facebook ads, YouTube ads, organic content. Again, going out joint ventures, finding people in the industry that you can partner with, and just sending everybody back to this main VSL that you have. And then any kind of bonus training and stuff that you continue, content you're making, just keep emailing it out to people. And it's this really simple page that's just, hey, here's some free bonus training. And the call to action is when you're ready, here's how we can help you. Go below to book a call. Another really cool thing about this model that I really like is once we get this figured out, this is the MVP. We start with high ticket. Once you have this dialed in, the next best thing you can do is add in a low ticket offer that you can use to acquire customers through paid ads and then feed them into this process. So what you can see now is kind of like the V2 of this. Once you've got your high ticket offer up and it's converting and you're making enough money and you've dialed in your sales messaging, all that stuff, then the next step is to add in this low ticket offer. I've got another video around here where I talk about why it's important to start with high ticket first. But this is what we've seen with a lot of our clients, right? Is if you're getting started, starting with high ticket gives you the ability to generate cash. And it gives you the ability to, again, dial in your offer, start hiring a team, start hiring that help. Once you've got that figured out, what you can do is add in this low ticket offer, this self-liquidating offer, which a lot of times this is a book, this is a mini course, this is just something that you can basically run ads to, and you can start to break even on your ad costs. So maybe this costs $5, $27, $47, whatever that is. But the idea here is that you are able to start actually breaking even and on your cost to acquire a customer. They're getting some more value from you. They're understanding more about what you do, how you can help. And then again, they're just going right back into this same funnel where you're sending them back to another VSL, where you're getting them to book a call with you or your sales team or whatever that is. But at this point, by the time they get here, they've already started to consume your free training, maybe read a book you wrote. They've been getting your bonus trainings here. They've been seeing how you work and how you can help people. So these sales calls become a lot easier. And the whole goal of this is just to make, again, key metric number one, how many calls can we generate? And then what we're trying to do as we get more touch points with people, we're just increasing the quality of those calls. They already know how we work. They're already familiar with our brand. They're already familiar with the personality. They already have seen us online doing PR, joint ventures, all this kind of other stuff. They know we're legit. So then these sales conversations start to become about like, hey, this is all sound great. I know what you guys do. I know how it works. I just want to know if this is the right fit for me and can we sign up? So this has really been like what we are seeing work the best right now with ads, especially after iOS 14 and all that stuff, is we're starting with these really simple high ticket offers where we're doing a VSL to a sales call. It's working extremely well. And then once you get that working, adding in this front end offer second, so that once you've got cash, you've got customers, you're able to start to invest in some infrastructure. Then what you can do is add in this low ticket offer. Second, now you're able to start scaling traffic. You're able to start getting more touch points with people. You're able to build up more trust, more credibility. And again, that whole metric becomes how many sales calls can we drive with qualified customers so we can generate more revenue and close more people over the phone. And so that's it. That's pretty much the whole breakdown on how these high ticket stuff is working. I think some of the biggest takeaways for us that I've seen work really well, and after diving more and more into these funnels and starting to help our clients transition into these funnels from like your typical evergreen webinars that we were running, a year ago, is really like how this follow-up works, how we're doing email, and how we're making that email engaging so that we've got extra content, extra bonus training, keeping people engaged, keeping to add value. But the whole big thing here is how can we just drive more qualified sales calls? And then it becomes a real fun game of like, cool, how can we just put more of the right content out there? How can we turn that content into advertising when we see what's working, and build these little mini products based off of what's working well in our high ticket offer so that we can just keep growing and keep scaling. It's working really well for us. Again, we've got clients that are doing 6 figures a month with this really simple funnel. And I see that this is going to continue to be more effective as we go forward with everything that's happening with iOS 14. And I expect that for people who are trying to break into the online business world, this is going to be a really powerful way to do it because, again, you are able to start getting customers, start cash flowing pretty quickly, and then adding in some of these pieces to grow your business and scale over time. So that's all I got. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. I hope you found this valuable, and I will catch you in the next video.